meaning you give it. Everything is neutral until you get there, okay? Nothing has meaning except for the meaning you give it. Your mind is a meaning-creating machine. Okay, so let's talk about the economy. Everyone says, oh, my God. Whenever I'm interviewed on radio or television, they go, so, Harv, what do you think about the economy? And I go, which economy? And they go, the economy, the general economy. I go, oh, the general economy? That's really suffering. But my economy is booming. You see, everyone, there's two economies. There's the general economy, and then there's your economy. And, your economy can be radically different than the general economy. What if everyone's jumping off the roof? Do you have to jump off the roof? If everyone's cold, does that mean you're cold? If everyone is hungry, does that mean you're hungry? No, you're going to be different because of the way you think and who you are. So it's exactly the same with your economy here. The goal is to understand that there's a microeconomy within the global economy. And I don't think I have to tell you, because Greg's been teaching well, I believe, and that is that there's always opportunities somewhere. There's always a bull market somewhere. There's money to be made on the way up, and there's money to be made on the way down. There's businesses that are booming, like mine, in this economy, and services and products that are booming, like mine, in this economy, and why wouldn't you get involved in those? Why wouldn't you add those to whatever you're doing? Oh, I lost my job, or I'm going to lose my job. Well, listen, I don't feel sorry for you. Get better at what you do. Make yourself indispensable so that if you do get fired, you get hired for twice the pay you're getting right now. You know what? I own a company. I had 226 employees, and now we've right-sized a little bit, so it's a little bit less. I'll tell you about that at the course. But I didn't let go of any of my stars. I did not let go of any of my stars. I wouldn't dare let go of my stars. Why? Because it would cost me too much money to let go of them. Because they make me money. They make me successful. You know who I let go of? The mediocre people. That's who I let go of. So look in the mirror. You want to keep your job? If you have one, look in the mirror. Get better at what you do. If you have a business, get better at your business. What this economy is doing is it's forcing everyone to get better at what they did. Listen, I don't have to tell you again. Greg, you teach this. But you know what? What happened 4, 3, even 2 years ago in the economy and in the markets was crazy. It was insane. It was abnormal. You know what the big methodology everyone was using was, including everyone in England? Buy stupidly high and try and sell stupidly higher.
Yeah.
That's the method everybody was using. Now, tell me where in history of any sensible nature that method has ever worked. It never worked. Okay, so it didn't work, and now the people who bought stupidly high and tried to sell stupidly higher aren't looking so smart anymore, okay? Fine. You know, what you do is you correct and continue. And you correct by, first of all, by coming to this program, and you're going to let us work on the inside files so this never happens to you again, okay? Secondly, what is the optimistic view right now? Number one, you better be optimistic. Why? Because everything is energy. And again, you can make money on the up, you can make money on the down, you know what you're doing, you can make money on the side. This is what you learn, okay? And that's not just in markets and business and everywhere, okay? And so the essence is that you have to understand that that if you are optimistic, you will take action. If you are pessimistic, you will be into paralysis. And so the goal here is that you must become a wealthy warrior. That's what we're teaching right now. I'm going to do a bit of a section on that at the new Millionaire Mind Intensive, Millionaire Mind Turbulent Times. I'm going to talk about being a wealthy warrior. And what that means is reality is you got to fight for it now. It's not as easy as it was. You have to be better at what you do. You must be a better investor. Education and knowledge is critical now. Before, it was a luxury. Now it's not a luxury. You better know what the frick you're doing or you will die quickly. If you're going to be a warrior, can you go on the battlefield not knowing what you're doing? Can you go on the battlefield being bad with your sword, bad with your martial arts, bad with your combat? No. You have to be a master at it. That's why you're going to be learning that. You're learning this from me. That's why you're learning from Greg, okay? You must be a master at what you do. And if you are, there's always ways to make it. And right now, the people I associate with, and I'm sure yourselves, we're making fortune. I have never seen a market as full of opportunity as this, because everything is energy and it goes up and down. And here's the new rule. The rule always was buy low, sell high. Duh. How simple is that? The problem was there was no buy low. It wasn't in existence. It was very hard to find, okay? That's why you had to buy high and try to sell stupidly higher. That's changed now. That's changed. That's why I am glowing right now. Because right now we're making money on the way down, and right now we're just waiting for, I'm not waiting for the absolute bottom, but I don't care. Because I know whether it takes a year or 2 or 3 or 5, who cares? I know I'm buying low. Will it go a little lower? Who cares? So it goes a little lower. Eventually, in my belief, it will go back up. That's psychology. That's energy. People will get back confidence. That's just what. Here's a rule. Write this down. Write this down. After problem comes no problem. I'll say it again. After problem comes no problem. It always is the way. If you have a fight with your wife or your husband, after you have a fight, you know what happens. You make up, okay? Maybe it's not perfect, but you make up, all right? It's the same thing. If you know what you're doing, after problem comes no problem. And so there's 2 things to talk about here. Number 1 is the skills, and that's one of the things that Greg is working with you with. And number 2 is the mindset, the subconscious belief system that is creating your thoughts, your mind files, that is determining your actions. Because you know what? Do you know why I'm on this call right now? Because Greg and K2A can teach you every single skill that you want. And I'm sure that they teach fantastic elements. But the point is, if you don't use them, what good is it? The point is, if you don't use them properly and you take shortcuts, what good is it? The point is, if you sabotage yourself, which you automatically will if your money thermostat isn't set for extremely high, you'll sabotage yourself to get back into your comfort zone of where your mind files are. So that's the issue here. Most people, you know, your money blueprint, your money thermostat is not set for success. Would you like to know where your thermostat is set for? Simple. Look at your life. Look at your results. That will tell you. Look at your income. Look at your net worth. Look at your trust level around money. Look at your relationship level around money. Look at whether you're manage it well or mismanage it, spender, saver, avoider. All those things will tell you what your money blueprint looks like. How you are out there is how you are inside. That's just a result. If you're not rich right now, your money thermostat is set for low. That's what you're going to come to the Millionaire Mind Intensive for. What we're going to do there is we're going to reset it.
Harv, you just mentioned that, the Millionaire Mind Intensive. Perhaps, you know, I've noticed, I counted on the website, you're speaking 6 different appearances for 3-day events across the United States and Canada in the month of May alone. Yet really this is the first time you're coming to the United Kingdom to present the Millionaire Mind Intensive. And a couple of questions for you. One is, why now? And 2, tell us about what's going to happen at this Millionaire Mind Intensive.
Well, why now is because the reality is that we've had in North America, again, don't forget, when I started teaching this, I started with 8 people in my living room, and I had to feed them lunch for them to come, okay? Nobody knew about this. Nobody cared about this. But those 8 people several years ago have now grown into every weekend in North America somewhere. We have 1 or 2 or even 3 programs, and the average program has